We are in three countries.
Sí.
England, Italy, no, four at the moment, Tunisia and Greece.
If you're okay with that, well, I'll briefly introduce myself because some people don't know me, and then I'll let you go and start if you want to say something. So hi everyone, welcome and thank you for joining. Thanks Michelle for gathering so much people. And I'm Irene, and I decided to do this because otherwise, without the lockdown and the COVID-19, I would be running the season. So I welcome guests to Tuscany. We have several accommodation, and I usually take care of that. Is my full-time job. And now, because of all the situation, obviously, I have nothing to do, or little to do at least. I've been cleaning up all my basement and everything possible, but that's it, I'm done. And so someone gave me the great idea of doing this live cooking, and I'm really enjoying it. So here we are. You know, Michelle and Colin now are also Tuscan in a way. So
Yes.
we will probably meet in person. We will probably meet in person in Cicogna, where they now have their home. And I hope to see you in person for sure.
Oh.
Meanwhile, the screen will have to be the thing. But thanks again for joining. I'll now switch to the speaker view so that everyone can introduce themselves. On the list I have, the first one I have is actually Michelle. Michelle, do you want to say something?
Elaine, thank you so much for bringing us all together. I think we're all getting a little bit frustrated in being in the house. So this is a really lovely thing to do, to be connecting with people. Judy, it's good to meet you, and to just see our son and his partner and Lou and Charlie and everybody else is really nice. So thank you very much for doing this and giving us your time. We really appreciate it. And it's lovely to see you all.
Yes.
It's really good. And I'm so pleased that I in our little Yorkshire village, we've managed to get all the ingredients, which is quite incredible, really. So,
Cool.
Marina, thank you so much. It's so fantastic to see you. It's very good.
Good. So the next on your list, I will let you pass on.
Yeah, I think it's Lou. The next one on the or Ash is the same. I have Lou, but either one it's fine. Ashley and John, if I recall well. No.
Joe.
Oh, sorry, Joe.
Nice to see you. Yeah, we're in New York. We've struggled to get some of the ingredients, and we should be at Village of Connew right now, which is a little bit annoying. I'd quite like to be splashing around in that tiny little makeshift pool.
Yeah.
But no, thank you very much. It's been nice to attempt to do some cooking, because I do none.
Oh, you do breakfast.
Make a mean cheesy bean toasty.
Yeah, but it's nice just to do something on a night, because it's just so repetitive now, and there's only so much Netflix you can watch, and we all need to eat and have nice tea. So this was a really good idea. Thank you for inviting us.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You're very welcome, and we have to thank Michelle for involving all of you. And I'm very happy to have also new people and to get to meet new people in this situation. So very happy to do this. Thank you. Lou, do you want to continue?
Hello, I'm Lou. I'm in Brighton as well. Thanks, Irene, for hosting Cooking Show. Really excited to make. I've never made pasta before. I don't know how I've gone my whole life without making pasta, so this is really exciting, and I've got all the ingredients. So
good.
High five.
Good. No, I'm sure it will be very good, and you won't have any problem to make this pasta. Good. So Sharon, if you want, you're next on the list.
Hi, I'm in Athens, in lockdown like everyone else. We're pretty much, I think it's all pretty similar with what's going on. We've been inside for over a month now, so it's been quite long, but this is great because I have made a deep relationship with Netflix. And this is so good to have, and it's great to see Michelle, great to see Lou, who I haven't seen for years. It was lovely, and I feel like I'm escaping Athens for a night. We've all popped to Tuscany, so it's lovely, and taking Jude with me.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sharon, and thank you for inviting Jude as well. And you're very welcome, really. And the fact that you say that it's like popping to Tuscany for a while makes me very happy. That would be the goal, you know, of all the things. Thank you very much, Judy. And I'm very happy that you know, this makes you feel good, and like what you said, it's really nice. So I'm very happy that in a little way I'm well making this possible. Thank you very much. Mom and Dad, do you want to say something?
No, Mama doesn't want to say anything.
Okay, they're too shy. Anyway, they're just keeping an eye on me, guys. Don't worry, they're not here for you. Sorry, Mom, what did you say?
On the way to prepare the pastiera napoletana.
Well, okay, obviously she's doing her own recipe, of course. Well,
I know very well Pici at Sugo Finto. So.
I know you know very well, of course. And of course, she was my teacher, so I cannot blame her for doing this. Okay, you go on for your own recipe, Mom, and we'll keep going. So next on the video, I have Mary.
Oh. All right, we're back. Hi. Sarah's just disappeared, but I'm with Sarah, and this is Chris, and the other kids keep flitting in. Last, yeah, we're surviving. I mean, I'm not really on lockdown because I'm a doctor, so I get to go to work. But the rest of the kids are surviving. The last guest we had in our house, obviously, was Colin and Michelle, who we've spoken to a lot and we miss very, very much. But it's lovely to see you guys, and lovely. I've heard lots of wonderful things about you, Irene, and looking forward to having fun. So thank you for inviting us.
Where are you?
Oh, we're in Essex, just outside London. So we're in Colchester.
Yeah.
So that's North Essex. Yeah. So I work at the hospital there. Chris works in Cambridge, and yeah, that's where we are.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mary. And last but not least, of course,
Kevin and Jenny, we are in Purley at the moment, which is about 10 miles south of London. We're both sort of commuters in our normal life. It's like Sharon said, it's week 4 for us as well. You know, it's okay at the moment. We're lucky we've got a garden, so we can get outside. You can't get much exercise here, and you can't, it's not easy to go shopping.
I think the food's the issue.
Food is a little bit of an issue.
We will start from the Pici, because once the dough it's ready, we will have to wait about 30 minutes. And so while we wait the 30 minutes for the Pici, we can then start doing the fake sauce. So before we start, I wanted to say something because I still have your attention. I'm saying this. I want to support a local business that I'm usually collaborating with during the summer. That is it's a winery from near my village, and they're really hard worker, and I usually support them by taking people there for lunch and wine tasting. They're an amazing farm family business, and so what I'm basically saying is that we're collaborating because I'm trying to help them to ship their wine. And so if you're interested, in case you're interested on having Tuscan wine, this winery, I can guarantee for them, have very, very good products. And with us, with using our promo code, you can have also a discount on your order. They ship everywhere in the world, and the shipping is also insured. So if you have any problem with the parcel, have any problem, you can still get your money back. And this is, of course, in a situation like this, I'm trying to, of course, help also others. So I hope you don't mind if I'm doing this kind of advertising. So for this occasion, for this recipe, they have suggested in particular a Chianti wine that they say it's very good pairing with this recipe, because mainly the recipe involves tomato. It doesn't involve meat, with which Chianti would be ideal, but it's true that a Chianti wine, it's also good where tomato is involved and where a long cooking, let's say, it's involved. So this would be their pairing suggestion. So again, if you're interested in doing this, you can get in touch back on the group, and I can send you their website page and you can have a look. Their pricing, it's Italian pricing. So it's not the price that you would get in your countries, that I know that Italian and Tuscan wine in particular can be very expensive. So this being said, thank you for the attention and sorry for the advert time. We can start. So as I said, we will start from the Pici, and Pici, it's a very interesting pasta because it doesn't involve any eggs. And it's basically, like you could see from the ingredients list that we will revise in a moment, it's basically flour and water, hot water, which is it's going to help us to mix together the ingredients. So just to make sure you have them with you, we should have about 200 grams of semolina and 200 grams of regular all-purpose flour, and 200 milliliters of hot water. I hope mine is hot enough by this time.
Hot. How hot should it be? Hot, or?
It should be hot, yes, hot water. I took it from the tap, so you can do this either on a surface or inside a bowl. So do what you prefer. But basically, the thing is now we can mix together the two flour and then and make the classic vulcano, right? So you can start doing this.
Hang on, we're having some fun now.
So you mix the two flour together.
Oh wow!
In Greece, Irene, we had the choice of a fine semolina and a coarse semolina. I got the fine one.
Yeah,
good
me
choice.
too.
Yes,
me too.
good,
Yeah.
good. Let's say if you mix together the two flour, then you make the classic hole in the middle, like you were doing with normal pasta, and then you would start to mixing slowly the water, okay, slowly, because we have to mix it. But if you think it's too sticky, or if the rest of the flour doesn't stick properly to your dough, you can add more water. Not too much, not too much, otherwise it would be too sticky. Good. So now, please gather all the ingredients for the fake sauce, which are, you should have an onion, you should have also a carrot, celery. So I've took two celeries because one was mine was a small one, so I took another one. And then I didn't find any parsley because there was no fresh parsley, so I'm basically using also the leaves of the celery, which is very good. Usually, I don't know if you throw it away when you cook with it, but it's actually a shame because it's still a good part of the celery to use.
Yeah, the Greeks use it a lot.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah,
always,
yeah.
especially in soup.
That's very good. Yeah, I don't know why we throw it away, but it's actually a shame because again, if you cut it and chop it, then it's still part of the flavorful part of the celery. And then you should have your tomatoes, or those who couldn't maybe find the tomatoes, you should have a can with peeled tomatoes. So a few things I wanted to say before we start. Probably you've read the introduction I gave you about the fake sauce. So the fact that it's a very old traditional sauce in Tuscany, and its origins date back to, let's say, poor people that, of course, couldn't afford or couldn't get any meat. And so it was easy to grow and to have, of course, onions and celery and carrots. And so this was their way to kind of flavor up all these ingredients together and to have something very close to a proper sauce. That in Tuscany, sugo, when you say simply sugo, it means the meat sauce, the ragu. So Sugo Finto, the name comes from this. It's a fake sauce because you will taste it. It really tastes like a ragu, but it's without meat. So it's a vegetarian version of the ragu. So if you're ready to start, we can start chopping our ingredients. You let me know when everyone is ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Ready.
Ready,
Yeah?
ready. I think so.
Sharon, are you done with your carrot?
Yep, I'm ready.
Okay, cool. Cool. So now if you have, you can stop me anytime, don't worry. If you have your mixture ready, we can now pour some olive oil into the pot. Be generous because we have a big mixture, okay?
Look at that bottle of olive oil. That looks amazing.
Yeah. Recycled.
That is so brilliant.
Thank you.
So where did you get the olive oil from, Irene?
Well, good question. It's now, this is advertising number 2. No, I'm joking. But no, actually, Colin, you will have to know this because it's important, because you will become a local. That Pergine, it's very, very famous locally in this valley for olive oil. Actually, it's one of the most famous. Well, let's say the research was made now quite a long time ago. It was 1993, but it was judged to be one of the best oil for its characteristic and properties. Let's say that because I'm originally from down the valley, and now I moved into this village that it's a bit, let's say, southern from where I grew up. I had tried other olive oils, and I have to say that they're different. They can change. It's like wine, you know, considering where they grow and where the plant is, the ground, the properties of the ground, the quality of the olive oil can change a lot. And this olive oil, it's interesting because look at the color.
So green.
Yeah, and it does stay like this for a long time. So consider that olive oil is made every year in around November. And so the new olive oil, it's very special. It's something that we Tuscans really look forward to, because when the olive oil is just pressed, so when the olives are pressed and they make this very, very thick juice, it's an experience to try. It's something that as no let's say equals, because when the olive oil is just made, it's spicy. I'm talking about Tuscan olive oil. It's spicy, it's thick, and it has a fluo color, even more green than this one. And so for us, it's something to look for, because we want to taste and have that taste in our mouth, you know. And because this taste and also the consistency will slowly, the olive oil will lose it in the time. So it can last some months, but then the olive oil will reach, let's say, a balance, and so it won't be as special as the beginning. And for the olive oil in Pergine, this can last very long. So now you can have a very, very strong flavor that is not the same as when it's just pressed, of course, but it's still quite strong. And I've noticed that other oils also from the area, so from Valdarno, they tend to lose this thick and very nice flavor earlier. So I like it very much. You will have to be here around November to try, because the olive oil, we do here in the village an olive oil festival every year, and every producer from the area, from the village, sorry, can let you taste their olive oil just pressed. So it's something, it's an experience to try, really.
Do you have the olive oil quite hot right now?
Yes, and I had to move because it was very hot. Onions and celery and carrots, they're now ready. if ready, I mean that, you know, the onions have changed color and the carrots are soft. So at this point, it's the time to add your half glass of wine. So now, after you pour the wine, we have to wait for the wine to evaporate. You can also add your salt and pepper as well.
Looking at you cooking.
If you have the parsley, you can chop it and put it in as well. So now I'm leaving this on the flame. I'll turn the flame down a little bit so that it will cook slowly, and I will keep a bit of water next to it in case we need to add the water. We will have just to stir occasionally just to make sure that everything is fine. Of course, also adjust with the salt and pepper. I'll taste it in a second. To say now best to work our pici, it's semolina. If you have more, I should have more, right?
To the pasta. Oh, we're getting on to the pasta.
Yes.
Oh, fantastic.
Is that semolina, Irene?
Yes, yes. Just a little bit, okay? We'll start slowly.
Bellissimo.
Mine is so yellow.
Yeah, yes, it's normal. Yeah, it's good.
Okay, hold on.
So we'll take back on our dough, and just work it again a little bit, because now, of course, because we left it on a side, it has hardened a little bit. So we'll just crack it again. Sorry. So actually, let's do this. Let's place it in two parts so that it's easier to work. And now it's very easy what we're going to do. So now when you have it, when let's say the hard part that you had on the surface, you feel it's soft and back, let's say, to have a normal dough, an even dough, it's very easy. You take a piece and you start rolling it with a little bit of semolina. So usually pici are done like this. You can also do it on the surface if you prefer, but you basically have to work it, trying to work it on the different, let's say on the length. You have to be able to make a long snake. You can also do this on the counter if you prefer. You can also do it on the counter. It's really no problem. So the pici are usually quite long.
Irene, while we're doing that, can you tell us about the history of this meal? Is it very peasantish?
Oh, yes, as I told you, the origin of the sauce, it's certainly of poor origin, as I told you. But the pici as well. Pici are usually they are original from Siena, from the area of Siena. And again, it's a very old way of making pasta, because as you could see, it's only flour and water. So for the peasants, it was easy to find. Many of them would work close to a mill, or for the mill, or for the farms would have the wheat. So it was things easy for them to find, of course. So yes, definitely. And this is what I'm trying to do, which is it starts to be a challenge a little bit. It's to find old recipes from the Tuscan tradition, because our essence and our soul in cooking, it's basically thanks to of course our origins, and mainly this is countryside, and we especially here in Valdarno, we come from country areas. It's not cities or near big towns. So you can take a large dish if you have, and you can sprinkle on some semolina, okay? Yeah. And then you lay them straight, not in nests. Usually pici, it's fine to lay them on a line, let's say. Well, now my dish is not very long, but it doesn't matter.
Irene, thank you so much for doing this.
Oh, no, it's okay. I enjoy it. I enjoy it, really. You don't have to thank me. So for those who are having the pasta tonight, it's probably time to put a pot with hot water, well, with water, so that and a lid so that you can have it boiled soon. I don't know how long how many Pici you still have to do, but meanwhile the water can be ready when you're done. Like, always save, if you can, a ladle full of water where the pasta has been cooking to be poured into your sauce. This will give a bit of starch into the sauce and will help also the sauce to stick better to the pasta and also to thicken it up. So always remember to do this. It's a very good practice. As soon as the water is boiling and you've added the salt already, you gently put in the Pici, okay, and stir in the beginning to make sure they don't stick. After a couple of minutes, you can taste and see if they're ready, okay? Once that it's done,
about how long?
I would say a couple of minutes, but you'll have to taste it to make sure. You have two choices. You can either drain them, or you can use one of these to pull them up and put them directly into the sauce. Of course, when you do this, careful, because a lot of water will come out. So drain them a little bit first. So let's pretend this is the pasta pot. I will take them up, drain them a little bit, and then pass them into the sauce. You can also do this. This is useful for long pasta, spaghetti, tagliolini. If everyone is okay, and if you're happy with the recipe and you're ready to eat, I think it's time to say goodbye and buon appetito. Do you have any questions? Cheers. Thank you.
Thanks, Irene.
Thank you very much.
Very welcome. Oh, it's lovely to see you.
Thank you so much.
Nice to meet you.
Buon appetito to everyone. Enjoy your dinner.
Thank you.